this question, please raise your hands. We'll start with Parker Fleming.
Hey, Taylor, great win tonight. Just what was the difference in execution tonight between last week's game against Toronto and tonight?
Man, it was eerily similar, double-digit lead going into halftime. I thought, they raised their pressure a little bit, in the third quarter. Got us a little rattled there. I mean, we had tons of great looks. First win of the season, I have written down here when we shoot under 40%. So, we missed a lot of shots in the third quarter. They got going, but, able to take a lead in the fourth quarter. And it was crucial stops. Told the team at the end, we just found a way to play winning basketball. The ball stuck again in the fourth quarter like it did in the first game. But we were able to get the stops, despite our offense struggling all night. There was two huge steals, blocks. I think DB, verticality versus Van Vliet, Jaren block on Barnes, 50-50 balls, not letting them get 18, second chance points. I know they had 17, but we did a much better job, I thought, in the fourth quarter, excuse me. But overall, it was just, very eerily similar. Fourth quarter, we just made enough defensive plays, despite our offense really struggling. A lot of credit goes to the entire roster, multiple steals, multiple blocks. Jaren had 5 blocks, team had 10 blocks. Our activity was the deciding factor, and that's what we didn't have in the first game, but we had it tonight.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, we talked a lot about just kind of you guys defensively as a unit, but Jaren, I feel like he's kind of played at a different level this year. What do you see differently about Jaren defensively that maybe, where he's able to get more comfortable, not just as a weak side defender, but maybe as a strong side defender?
Yeah, I mean, he's been put in a lot of different situations this year. On ball, his weak side shot blocking's been phenomenal. Doing it without fouling is obviously a big key for him. The rebounding as well. Honestly, like he's been working on defense ever since I knew him, but I think he's just taken his urgency level into the film. Even in his individual workouts, he's doing a lot of defensive, just knowing where to be on any given possession as a team defender. And then when it's on ball, how's he navigating pick and rolls? How's he navigating one-on-one situations? And he's just taking steps in the right direction because he's putting the work in. But I'm really glad he's playing with, a lot of urgency, a lot of activity, and making a huge impact, for us defensively when he's on the floor.
Chris Harrington. Chris Harrington. All right, Megan Triplett.
Coach, we saw a lot of different lineups tonight. I know without Ja, you're still kind of teetering with the rotations, but you went with the decision to put Santi there kind of midway in the first quarter. What did you like with kind of going big? We saw Jaren, BC, Santi out there at different times.
Yeah, we're definitely having to, utilize some different lineups. Guys, as I said, maybe playing some different roles. But, it's just about going out there and just, playing better each night. And embracing that opportunity, for Santi, for example, I would give him a lot of credit, the assignments, the play groups, the extra work he's been putting in, what we've been seeing in the practices, he's just staying ready. With Zaire out, wanted to reward the kid. We've got so many other guys that could step in, but I obviously could only pick one. Went with Santi, and I know he didn't, make his threes. He got a big bucket there. I think it was in the fourth quarter, that floater off a 50-50 loose ball, but he was in the right spots on offense. That was a big emphasis going into the game as a team. He was in the right spots when his teammates found him. He shot with confidence. They just didn't go down, but they were great looks. Had a couple 50-50 balls, crashing the offensive boards, some really good one-on-one defense. There was a couple possessions I remember against Siakam, just one-on-one, moving his feet, taking drives in the chest, and using his length. So these are all things that, we knew about him coming in, and he's been putting in the work. And to see in a game like tonight, you can kind of strike the box score. But what I really liked from him was just his urgency on offense and defense tonight, and he made an impact in this win.
All right, back to Chris Harrington.
Taylor, the team's struggles on defense most of the season came whether Ja was on the floor or not. Do you think knowing that the offense could be more of a struggle without him has gotten the rest of the team to get a little bit more focused on defense? Has that sort of forced a little more urgency on that end?
I just think in general, irregardless of who's in and out of the rotation, our focus is we've got to be significantly better defensively. So tonight was another opportunity with Ja out of the lineup. Really impressed with how the guys performed, their activity. It's been there, throughout the season. Everyone's making mistakes, these first 21 games into the season. So it's just the onus on, anybody that's in the rotation. You got to play better on defense. And I'm not worried about the offense, suffering. We got great looks tonight. We just didn't make shots. And, when we're clicking, those shots are falling. We had it the other night against Sacramento. But sometimes you just got to win games different ways. Defensive struggle, offensive output. We got to be good on both ends. So that's what I just keep talking to these guys. And it's not about doing more. It's about playing better, even with Ja out of the lineup.
All right, last question. We'll go to Sean Coleman.
Coach, congrats on the win. Along with the activity, it was the disciplined effort, 18 offensive rebounds, but also limiting the Raptors to only 12 free throws. Along with the activity, it seemed like really good, focused, disciplined effort at the rim on both ends that, also made a difference in the game.
Yeah, we stress a lot going into this game. Obviously, every single night, your one-on-one defense is really big for you. Your team defense, all of our rotations, obviously the steals and the block shots were big for us. But keeping them off the free throw line was big for us. The transition game. This is a team that leads the league in fast breaks, and they score at will. They get to the free throw line because of the force that they play with in the open court, and even in the half court. We just kept reminding them in the timeouts, just the discipline to be square on the ball. Don't give them any angles when they do. Move your feet. Trust that our rotations are going to be there behind you, so we're not picking up any cheap ones. Last couple of games, we showed them film. Hey, we get beat, but then we gamble and we pick up a cheap foul. Trust that your rotation is going to be there. But overall, against a team that really emphasizes the drive, I thought we did a pretty decent job there. But I thought our rotations were really good. Got them to kick out to the 3-point line. Some open looks that they missed. We got a little lucky there, but some good heavy contests that also allowed them to miss some shots, which helped us, with our defensive effort tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, everybody.